Alright guys, welcome back. It's your boy Bad Seed back with finally another video. It's been about 2 months since I've dropped a video, and what a time to bring one anyway, with Sea of Thieves finally been released just over a week ago now. And wow, it's been on the topic on everybody's lips and YouTube channels for the whole time, the whole week and a bit. So it's got mixed reactions and caused a bit of controversy, a lot of fun for people as well, and for me it's been a lot of fun. There is a lot of talk about content and stuff like that, which I'll get into later. But as you can see here, I'm sailing the seas. I'm actually I actually was heading to a skeleton fort as I saw a skull cloud in the background, and I was following in the background. There was an enemy, another player playing in the background, and I was just keeping a watchful eye on him. I am playing solo, so playing solo, you do have to be on the watch just in case you get under attack, especially when you are sailing solo. So it's a little harder to maintain the ship. Otherwise, you do go down. And I come across something that I saw in the background here, and I was like, well, okay, well, let me just pull up anchor here. And this looked something a little different. I'd only seen one of these before on a stream that I was watching, and it was actually a sunken pirate ship, believe it or not. So it wasn't on the map or anything like that. I just happened to stumble across it while going to the skull fort and checking out an enemy player in the background, making sure he wasn't coming towards me. I didn't want to get into a battle and sink my ship and then have to do it all again. So I thought I'd go over to the armory, because these shipwrecks do attract sharks and stuff like that. So I thought I'd get rid of the sniper. It's very hard to shoot underwater with a sniper. So I get the blunderbuss, which is like a shotgun, and I head underwater, and I quickly want to go and have a little look under here. It's the wreck of the damned Hydra. So obviously these are just computer generated shipwrecks. I don't think they were sailing the seas at one stage. You just happen to come across them, and you usually find some treasure in them. So it's right in the middle of the ocean as well, so it's really deep water. So sharks do appear. I went past something there which I missed initially. I only noticed it while doing the video here. So I actually find a skull. Must be the captain's skull. He's gone down with the ship, so I managed to pick it up. So I want to get back to my boat as well. I'm a bit worried about sharks and things like that as well. And I don't want to drown either, so I don't want to run out of breath. So I probably was a little bit further away from the shipwreck than I wanted to be. I just didn't want to hit it. As you can see, the skull cloud in the background there, those ominous looking clouds there, very pretty in the sky there, the way they light up their eyes like that, with like some lightning strikes in its eyes. So I decided to get up on the ship here. I want to drop my skull down. Skulls, I kind of act like this. I actually treat the skulls like they're like the antique or something. I have to put them down nice and easy. Just drop them. So anyway, I decided to go back for another run. There usually is other stuff in here as well, but again, I'm a little bit worried about sharks and stuff like that. I don't know whether the Kraken can turn up around here. I've never come across the Kraken in solo yet, although I have seen people that have. Maybe not very wise to take it on, I do not know. I will take it on if I ever see it, as I've only ever played solo, and I've put in probably about, I don't know, I think I've put in about 20 hours on here, so I decided to look up. I got a bit disorientated here. I decided to go back up for a breath. I didn't want to get caught underwater and die, especially since I had the skull. So these things aren't really a part of the quest. Now, we all know there's 3 quests, variations in the game. They're all fetch quests. We've got the Gold Hoarders, the Order of Souls. Obviously, the Gold Hoarders are where you pick up these sort of chests. Now, here's the captain's chest. This obviously went down with the ship as well, so you pick that up and get some nice, handsome loot out of it. So I decided to take that back to my ship. So yeah, they've got the 3 fetch quests in the game. So you've got the Gold Hoarders, which is going out collecting chests, barrels, and various sort of treasures out on islands and taking them back to the Gold Hoarders tent and selling them. You've also got the Order of Souls, which is the skull collectors. So you go find the skulls. So you go off and you can go out and take out skeleton captains and stuff like that, and pick up stuff like this, just random stuff in the ocean, and pick up skulls and go and trade it in as well for gold. So there's the captain's chest. Now I am on the lookout as well for, I am worried about other players sort of floating around, because if they see you, just sort of sitting in the middle of the ocean, they might decide to try and sink you or come in and take the treasure. Now I'll go back for a third look as well. Just wondering if there was anything else. But I have a bit of a look around in here, and I probably should have gone back for a fourth look. I didn't really find anything else. I did pick up a wooden plank for some reason. I thought, well, while I'm down here, I'll pick it up. And then you can see a little shark jaw there on the wall. So yeah, so these things must be like randomly generated into the ocean, which just adds to the experience. And there's one thing about this game that I really love. It's probably one of the best things about the game is the atmosphere. The sound effects are absolutely off the chart in this game. It really does feel like you're out at sea, underwater. As I'm taking, I need to take some breath here, and I thought, it's time to get back to the ship and go and sell or trade the skull and the chest in. And it's all part of the fun. And at the same time, I am still worried about, other players out there coming in to maybe steal the loot. But especially when I saw somebody early on in this video, and but they seem as though they've disappeared. So I pull up the anchor here, and I make a little bit of a mistake. My sail is still down, and I forget. I'm going down headwind here, and the ship is right in front. And I'm thinking, oh no, I've got to turn. I've decided to turn this way for some reason, and I actually I give in, and I go, I'm going to hit it. But surprise, surprise, it does not cause a hole. Thank God. I just did not want to go down there and patch up some holes, even though it's fairly easy if there's only one or two holes. But when you're under attack from other players and going backwards and forward, getting hit by cannonballs and going down and filling holes down the bottom so you don't sink, the whole thing is very intense. And I get that kind of PUBG style intense feeling while I'm out on the seas, because you just don't know when another player is going to turn up. Like, you'll see somebody in the background or out into the distance, and you just know that they can probably see you, and especially if it's a galleon with a 4-man crew, you're in trouble. You basically have to outrun them. So I basically want to get this chest and the skull traded in ASAP. I know it's going to hold a fair bit of gold, so I decide to head back. I need to go find an outpost as well. So yeah, so like I said, it has that intense feeling, similar to when I'm playing PUBG or even Fortnite to a point, because you just don't know when a fellow player is going to be, turning up to try and take you out and take your treasure. So and being solo, the last thing you want to do is fight other people, unless they're riding solo as well. You have much more of a chance. But if you come across a galleon with a crew of 4, or even a sloop with a crew of 2, you're almost going to lose. I have lost a lot of battles out in the sea. I have won a few, believe it or not, just by sinking their ship, having a fight, taking them out, and then getting the hell out of there so they don't return, because they can return and respawn and come and get you. So it's best to basically just hightail it out of there, and if especially you have treasure, maybe it's a good idea to get to the closest outpost. So I'm having a look here. I do need to turn a little bit right and head down. I think I go down to the ancient spire outpost there, and I'm thinking it's a good idea to trade this stuff in. And it was the first time I come across a pirate ship or a shipwreck as well, so I didn't know exactly what the loot was all about or how much I was getting. So I want to get rid of it straight away. Like I said, there was a couple of players out in the seas while I was heading to the Skull Fort before I got distracted by the shipwreck. So these things are quite interesting to find out. So here I am coming into the ancient spire outpost. I decided to pull up anchor a little bit further out than I wanted to be, but you just don't want to hit the shore. You don't want to hit rocks and stuff, because basically you have to patch your boat up, and it's a bit of a nuisance. So the third fetch quest is collecting animals like chickens and pigs and stuff like that, which is probably my least favourite one. You got to go find a chicken coop and or a cage for the pig or whatever, and go and I kind of don't enjoy those ones as much, but I still do them. I do like going on the fighting skeletons and stuff like that, going out fighting skulls, and especially going out fighting chests and digging them up. So here's the gold. This is the Order of Souls. I'm going to sell my skull there, and I got a fair bit of gold for that, which was quite good. I'm going to jump back to the ship and pick up the chest and go to the gold hoarder for this one. So yeah, the game's pretty good. I've been playing for hours. I had a 5-hour session the other night, which is the first time I've done that on any game for years. It's just nice to just you know, just like I said, the atmosphere, just sailing the ship along the seas, coming across islands that you don't have to, and just finding other bits of treasure that aren't part of the quests and things like that. So the whole thing is just it's quite atmospheric. Like I said, the sound effects are excellent. The little battles with the skeletons are quite interesting as well. You know, I guess the quests are a little bit repetitive after a while, but I know for some reason, even though there's only 3 types of quests, along with the random, you know, with the I guess with the shipwrecks and the Kraken and stuff like that out there, there's always that anticipation of new things appearing and happening. There's the gold hoarder there. I'll sell the quest and get some nice coins for that as well. So yeah, so it was a nice little bit of loot there that I grabbed out of those 2 there. So it was quite interesting to come across a shipwreck. So I'm loving the game so far. I'm thinking the game is excellent. I know there's going to be a lot more content added into the future. The devs are certainly listening to the feedback of gamers, and they really want to keep us happy. At the moment, I'm glad there's only a little bit to do at the moment. It's keeping me happy, that's for sure. It's keeping a lot of people happy. And I know some people are frustrated and want new things to do. They are going to bring them as well. We all want to go on that hunt to be the pirate legend and unlock as much as they can. There is one little qualm about the game that I am a bit frustrated about, is the cost for things to like for clothing and cosmetics for your ship. I think they cost way too much. Way too much. I think they need to nerf the gold for those a hell of a lot, because basically it's going to take me weeks just to deck out my sail. And the amount of time that I get to play it isn't as much as some people. So I do hope they nerf the gold or the spending for cosmetic stuff, because yeah, it's going to take way too long. It may turn some people off. So, but generally I love the game. If I give it a score, I would give it probably a good 7 out of 10. I really am enjoying the game. I've spent a lot of time on it. Like, a lot of time for me is around 20 hours for a game, especially within the first week. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to see what they drop in into the game in the next few weeks or over the next couple of months. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked my little review on it. Hope you like what you saw, and I'll see you on the next one.